Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to GhostGG. Today we're reacting to Star Wars Outlaws reputation system from who is this from? Sorry, I totally forgot. Game Informer. So they have an inclusive interview here. It's about 15 minutes long. And this is the first kind of news from Star Wars Outlaws we've got in a minute, and it's currently May 7th. May 4th just passed. May the 4th be with you and all. But May is the month of Star Wars, so I'm hoping in this month we get a lot of more information, just new Star Wars stuff. I fucking love Star Wars. I just recently watched Tales of the Empire and finished it. It's only 6 episodes, 15 minutes a piece about, and wow, wasn't amazing. It was so good. I'm hoping. I think the Acolyte is coming out next month, June. So I'm excited to watch that. It takes place like 100 years before the prequels. So even more prequel. And yeah, but just games. I know Star Wars Outlaws coming out. I believe the release date was August 30th or something. But there's also another Star Wars game that's like a combat arena game. That's like, it's kind of like a, I don't know if it was like a Overwatch type style, or was it like an actual like or like a Smash Bros type style. I can't remember what kind of game it was. But that's coming out. But I think it's coming out for like mobile and like Switch and stuff. So it's not gonna be on PC, I think, or any kind of or any of the other consoles. So I have no idea. But yeah, let's just get right into this Star Wars Outlaw reputation system from Game Informer.
Reputation in Star Wars Outlaws it's your relationship with the crime syndicates that rule the underworld. So here we're talking about the Hut Cartel, the Pike Syndicate, Crimson Dawn, and the Ashige Clan. And basically, your relationship with them will bring different opportunities, and it will change your experience of the world. Very early on, we knew that we wanted to do a scoundrel story, and we knew we wanted the game to be about choice and consequences. So pretty naturally, reputation came as the medium for the player to interact with the game. So that's the foundation for the game, and then we built
so tired right now.
around that. So all features in the game are one way or another connected.
Eyes are like burning.
Yeah, that scoundrel fantasy has really been like a beacon that all the other features and systems that we're creating look towards. Like, it has to be tapping into what it means to be a scoundrel.
I mean, yeah, you're playing as a criminal, essentially, a thief.
Kay and her point of view on the world.
And score the biggest heist, right?
We always look to that as our pillar to direct us when we're creating our features and systems.
So the thing is,
I need gameplay, man. I need gameplay.
Our character, Kay Vess, she is a free scoundrel.
This is more in gameplay.
Is her top value in life, and
look at that radar up there.
Her interaction with the syndicates is not one of allegiance. It's not even one of friendship, really. It's more about how she uses the syndicates as much as they use her in their jobs to achieve her goals.
I'm excited to play as a scoundrel, man.
You will work with all the syndicates.
I think you played a lot of games as Jedi, as Sith, and whatnot.
So reputation is really about
playing as just a normal person trying to make some money, some like Han Solo type shit. Yeah, I'm excited.
The world and the underworld and the crime syndicates of Star Wars.
Oh god, my nose is so fucked up.
It's all about your choices as a player as well. You can choose to work for one syndicate, or you can choose to work for another based on your goals of the moment.
Can we work with both? So for all of them?
It's really empowering in terms of player
max
choice.
Money.
So we think that in that sense,
max profit.
It lends itself very well for an open world game.
You saw this gameplay from the announcement of it.
We have such a strong theme and a strong story as well. I mean, a lot of this is driven by who Kay is meeting in that moment and what makes sense in terms of the syndicate she's interacting with. There are moments in the game, there are beats in the game where the reputation that you're getting or losing is just those choices are flowing from what the story is telling anyway. So that's where we start, and then it's really about just honing down on those experiences to check that all different choices and all different actions, like all the different ways you could play the game, we're still holding on to that idea that you've got the freedom and you're aligning with exactly who you want to be aligning with in that moment. I mean, it is the underworld, so yes, everything is transactional to a degree. You will get to know characters better than some others, but in terms of friendships, I mean, everything in Star Wars Outlaws is at the backdrop of the underworld, and people can betray you, they can double cross you. That is just the world Kay is living in.
Yeah, and sometimes they will betray you, and you'll have to roll with the punches. Sometimes you will betray them. So, for example, when you pick up a job, sometimes you'll get the opportunity to side with another syndicate. You'll get contacted with a better reward.
Going where the better reward is, right? The more
decide if you want
money,
to
maybe a new
protect
weapon
your
or something
reputation with
that
your employer,
upgrade.
or if you want to be greedy and go for more money at the cost of reputation. Yeah, these big surprise moments.
You know,
where
the thing is, this idea of this game is so fucking cool. I want to play this game. It is just a grounded Star Wars game. So everything is a Jedi or a Sith. You're playing as just a normal person with a blaster, a sidekick, a friend, the pet coming with us, flying in space, going from sector to sector, dodging the Empire, dodging the syndicates and whatnot.
Are a little clearer.
You're just playing as a normal person,
so it's more about
and I love that. That's I think just grounding the story a little bit within this amazing story. This whole overall story is great, but they haven't shown any new gameplay.
The crux of the system is really that it fluctuates.
One new gameplay.
Forward. So yes, you can end up in bad or terrible reputation, but the next hour of the game,
like, it looks great. It looks amazing. From everything we've seen, it looks great.
It's as much.
We just haven't seen anything new
with the punches.
Yeah, and you kind of. It's a little bit of adjustment.
I'm sure a lot of people are saying that too.
Where it's,
where's the new gameplay and stuff? Come on.
Type of approach, but here it's really part of the flow to just fluctuate, go down and up in reputation. So that's something you kind of learn, and then if you lose reputation,
I do like the idea of a reputation system.
Okay.
Like it's a wanted system.
The next job, and if you want to make it up faster,
except a wanted system is just basic. Do something bad and your stars go up. This is more like.
Maybe choose to assist one of the factions.
Fuck over one side of like the one syndicate, they'll come after you, but then you're improving ratings with another syndicate, so you might get more rewards.
Star Wars Outlaws. It's Kay's story.
And also there's the Empire as well. Empire is more of the cop system, while the syndicate is more like a reputation system or whatever.
Within the story, if you have to say steal something from the Pikes and you have bad reputation with them, then they're going to make your life a lot more difficult as you're trying to do that. But if you're good reputation, maybe you can just walk into one of their territories and just take the item.
Yeah,
so it changes more the gameplay around the story rather than the overall story itself.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh yeah, sorry. There are points in the story where you'll get to choose how you want to approach something. So, for example, do I want to steal something in the district of one of the factions, of one of the syndicates or the other? And in that case, well, based on your current reputation, you can decide where to go. Of course, if you have a good rep, with good reputation with one of the syndicates, it's going to be an easier approach to that problem. So that you can be flexible, but there are always ways to work around reputation.
Yeah, because of that transactional nature of the underworld, it's reputation. It's not a friendship. It's temporary alliances.
It's all business, baby. It's all business.
Very much about people working with each other in the underworld. It's very direct and to the point. Like, Kate, we need you to.
Yeah, this is all gameplay we've seen in the original announcement of the game and shit. I want new stuff.
The impact. Of
and it looks great. The original gameplay stuff, it looks great, but
reacts to you, how
new.
all the people in the world that you meet react slightly differently depending on your current reputation, about the areas that you can explore, all the things that are open to you.
Globally, the syndicates will react differently to you depending on your reputation with them. If you have a good reputation, they might turn into temporary allies and help you in the world. If you have a bad reputation, they'll get suspicious and aggressive even. So they will attack you. You might want to alter where you go, which if a syndicate controls a part of the world, you might want to avoid it if you have a bad reputation with them, because that's going to be very dangerous.
Also impacts merchants. So if you are a good reputation with a merchant who's affiliated with one of the syndicates, then they're going to give you a discount, and vice versa. They'll jack up the prices.
Maybe just call the syndicate on you.
Being in good reputation. And then there's also some characters that you will meet in districts who might have like a small little storyline which you wouldn't be able to interact with if you weren't in good reputation. Well, I think the decision to make this more about how the world reacts to you than by changing the story dramatically, I think that's actually helped us sort of complement the other departments in what we're doing. We've been able to find lots of little ways all over the game to show that impact of reputation and show the influence of being friends or not being friends with the syndicate. So I think mostly it's just we've been able to support that and lift that up from every department in the game, I think.
Yeah, and I think everyone was very excited from the beginning to work with reputation and look at, okay, how can we inject reputation in...
It makes sense with this type of story, with this type of gameplay and stuff, like having a rep system.
It was something that really, made the creative energy bubble in the team. Very positive overall, I would say. Like Alice said, when we decided early on to protect the story, to have a very strong story, we could open our chakras everywhere else. So Kay still has a very strong moral compass. She's an archetypical scoundrel in the way that, in many ways, she's very special in many ways too. But one of the traits from the archetypical scoundrel, in our opinion, is that they are good people at their heart. So the type of jobs that Kay will take will be fundamentally, good.
So they're not going to be like horrible jobs. It's not like I'm going to be stealing nuclear material to blow up a planet or something like that.
People who are,
or assisting in the slave trade.
Don't deserve to be messed with.
She's also a rookie, which means she's kind of bad at it sometimes as well. As we get to watch Kay grow into this role as well.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that. She's a rookie.
So she might try and betray someone and it not go super well because she's still finding a place in the underworld and learning. So there's that aspect to it as well. So one of the examples is we mentioned you can go into districts that are owned by syndicates. You can do that at good reputation.
I think you just opened GhostGG. Oops.
But you can't loot freely in there. If you can still steal from
Sorry about
them.
that, guys.
I liken this to you know someone well enough to invite them over for tea, but you don't know them well enough for them to just start taking your stuff and borrowing it. So you can only loot freely in those districts if you're at excellent reputation.
Yeah, they will also, at different milestones, they will send little thank you gifts. So you'll get some rewards. And also something that's really interesting is contracts, so our underworld jobs. The contracts available to you will vary based on your reputation. So if you have a terrible reputation, for example, the type of contract you'll receive is more about hustles to get you out of your bad spot. So the reputation you'll gain from those is quite big, but you won't get a lot of money. On the other hand of this, if you have an excellent reputation, they will give you high risk, high reward jobs. So they will entrust you with those top contracts. And when you go there, of course you can cash out a lot of money, but also you get the opportunity to work for another syndicate and betray them. So you can double down and you can make even more money, but at the cost of your excellent reputation with that syndicate. So it's really something where you can strategize and decide if you want to keep boosting your reputation for all those advantages that we talked about, or if you want to kind of cash out on your reputation to get a lot of money.
I know that there's no reputation system within the Empire. It's only with these individual syndicates. But is that where the wanted system comes into play? Is that how I'm understanding it correctly?
Yeah, precisely. So
exactly
the
what I said.
system represents your interactions with the Empire. So the Empire will mostly ignore you, but if they catch you doing something that they don't like, which is typically messing with the Empire, then you will become wanted. And the more that escalates, like the more troops, the more people they will send after you. So all the way to the world being filled with people actively looking for Kay, trying to neutralize her. So if you reach the maximum wanted level, an event will spawn in the world where Death Troopers will appear.
Death
And
Troopers.
if you manage to defeat them, you'll be able to clear your wanted level. But that's one of the top challenges in the game, because you have to imagine that you're maximum wanted on that planet. So the Empire is everywhere. There are troops everywhere. The occasional ATST looking for you. And there's a ship of Death Troopers landing somewhere, and you go for a showdown versus them. And if you beat them, you're free.
Nice.
So like the full,
Yeah, like I said, reputation is for
worst-case
the
nightmare
gangs
for-
and whatnot,
for Kay
and
would
then
be to be
there's an actual
wanted by
cop
the
system with
Empire at the maximum level, and also
the
hunted
Empire.
down,
It's cool.
So with a contract on her head from the 4 syndicates, and that's yeah, good luck to get out of that alive.
I think someone would actively have to try and annoy everybody all at the same time to get to that point.
Yes.
Well,
So
we know what we're
that's really
doing.
important to TikToks.
Yeah.
All right, there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of the video. I hope we get more videos in the future. Let's pause that there. But yeah, that is the end of the what do you call it? Crime system that they have going on, this reputation system. So as I said, with the syndicates, we'll have a reputation, and we'll do jobs for them, and depending on whether or not we side with that syndicate or a different one, the rep will go up and down. There's benefits and whatnot. I mean, there's benefits and disadvantages. Benefits being like we can enter their area, their controlled areas freely. If we have better rep with them, we could take stuff from their areas. If we have like excellent rep without any kind of consequence. Better rewards, money, and all that stuff. Vendors will have discounts, all that stuff, right? Disadvantages: piss off the syndicate, they'll come after you. Essentially, if you're in their area, you'll be wanted. You'll be like antagonized and just fucked with. Vendors will hike up their prices, and so on, right? Empire, there's a cop system, a wanted system, just like GTA 5 stars or whatever, right? Piss off the Empire, and it slowly goes up, up, up. There's probably gonna be a max. I'm assuming 5 stars, probably something like that. And there's like Death Troopers after you. That is gonna be fun to test. I want to see that. I want to do that as soon as we get into the game. Really, as soon as we get into the open world, I want to fuck with the Empire, see what happens. Imagine the Death Troopers being fucking launched from orbit, going down. Oh, that'd be so cool. But yeah, there we have it. Oh wait, there's another video right here from 3 weeks ago. I never noticed. This is almost a 40-minute long video, the making of Star Wars Outlaws. We might watch that, but 40 minutes is quite long. We'll see. But yeah, that is it for now. I hope we see some more gameplay in the near future. I really want more gameplay. That's what I'm really waiting for. We saw the gameplay from when the game was announced, and the gameplay looks great. Like, from what they're showing us, it looks great. I know Ubisoft, people have gripes with Ubisoft. Even I do too. We can say a lot of things about Ubisoft, a lot of repetitiveness with their games and whatnot. But these last 2 games, Avatar, Frontiers of Pandora, and Assassin's Creed, what's it called, Mirage, were both excellent games in my opinion. Were they like perfect, like 10 out of 10 games? No. But Avatar, the environment, the vibe of that game was just so good. I liked the combat. I heard they updated it quite well for even improving a lot of the stuff. So I'm going to be getting back into that game once that DLC comes out. I think there's 2 DLCs coming out for it. And then Assassin's Creed Mirage was a great Assassin's Creed game. It was very grounded. It was the only thing that wasn't grounded was like that teleport ability. But overall, as a game, it was quite grounded. It was more of a classic Assassin's Creed with modern makeup and whatnot. So that was excellent to see. And I'm excited for Assassin's Creed Red, which is the Samurai one. I'm excited for Star Wars Outlaws, obviously, which I believe they said it coming August 30th. Maybe I should search that up before I keep saying it. Star Wars Outlaws release date. August 30th, but early access of the game starts August 20th. Oh yeah, the 3-day early access. That was another thing people were up in arms about. Paying extra for 3 days early access. I don't know how to feel about it. I've always paid whenever a game has early access. I'll just always pay for it. I'm like, fuck, I'll pay 3 days early. I don't care. But I can understand. I mean, it is what it is. Game prices are atrocious these days. I remember games used to be $59.99, $60, brand new. I never used to buy deluxe editions or anything like that. Collector's. I don't think I still own a collector's edition. I've only bought like digital deluxe editions and shit if I really want to. If it comes with anything decent enough. I just remember it used to be $59.99, $60 plus tax, maybe close to 70, but tax was a lot less back then as well. But games are just expensive now. Everything's expensive. So much expensive stuff. God damn. But yeah. That is it for Star Wars Outlaws inside on the reputation system. If anything else comes out in the future, specifically gameplay, oh god, I will be reacting to it. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.